All right, have and have not fans. I did this in my what was the video? Will Je- Will Jeffrey Owens have a tattoo like Derrick? I gave a shout out to C. Renee Smith. This is a follow up Derrick video actually about is it possible? Is it possible that the man who raped Hanna, and I don't want to say it was Derrick, but I think it makes more sense for the simplicity factor. Because when I did the video about the Jeffrey Owens having a tattoo like Derrick, that was the video I did that fully was like, okay, this video is solely dedicated to Derrick potentially being the guy, but we're going to focus on another suspect. In this video, for simplicity's sake, let's just say Derrick was the guy. Okay, are you following me on this? So I don't want to see any negative comments fighting back and forth. For the sake of this particular video, let's just say Derrick was the guy. Okay, are we cool? Let's get into it. Basically, the idea is, what if Derrick was not only the guy that raped Hanna, aka the father of Candace, but was also the same guy who was dealing drugs to Hanna's aunt. Remember that Hanna, when she was younger, was living with her auntie who was on drugs and whatnot. Hence why, when she was running from the man down the street and tried to get into the house, because remember her key, she couldn't find her key. She was knocking on the door. Her aunt wouldn't open because she wasn't home. Hanna crouched down in the corner of the porch and the man kept going down the street. 2 hours later, auntie showed up high, came into the house, passed out on the couch. Hanna said that, I thought I locked all the doors and everything, but then I must have fallen asleep because next thing you know, this man's on top of me. But then 2 weeks later, her aunt kept asking her what was wrong because obviously after being raped, she was traumatized. Hanna told her what happened. Her aunt went to a 12-step program, got clean, then started going to church. As her belly was getting bigger from being pregnant with Candace, her aunt said, no, you're not living with me if you get rid of that baby. Which, again, I'm not really having the abortion debate, but it's like, well, who are you to tell me that when I got raped? I don't know how to, I don't want to get into that debate, but it's one of those things, because if the theory is correct, if Derrick was the dealer for the auntie, that might explain how he was able to go into that specific house and rape Hanna. Because in terms of like other media and stuff like that in regards to these drug dealers, I mean, even like Janine on House of Pain, wasn't there a point after Janine got clean, the drug dealers showed up at Curtis and Ella's house demanding money? So one can make the argument that if Derrick, the man that raped Hanna, was the same guy dealing drugs to her aunt, that could explain how, it might not explain if he knew that Hanna lived there, but it would explain that he would know the location of the house and then have access into it, because it seems kind of random for him to actually just break into that house. What if it was a situation where the auntie was, and we don't know if she was driving, but we just know that she showed up high. So I would assume since she was high, she wasn't driving. I just want to give her somewhat the benefit of the doubt. And then the Derrick, oh, you know what? I struck out with this girl that ran away from me. Let me see if I can get lucky with this older woman. But then, he breaks into the house, or maybe he had a key. I don't know. Maybe Hanna dropped her key because she said, I was coming out of the club with my friends. They both went to their houses. We all had a little bit too much to drink. It was 2 blocks away from my house. I couldn't find my key. I saw this man, not old man, but man, blocking this road. How you doing, pretty thing? And then she just kept on going, and she couldn't find her key. So I'm just, again, this is me. This video, this is speculation, guys. It's speculation. For all we know, Hanna might have dropped her darn key when she was running. And, well, she didn't. Well, I believe she said she couldn't run. She said, I had a bad feeling when I walked past this man. I looked back. He was still standing there. I walked a little bit faster because I wanted to run, but it was like my legs weren't getting the signal. I wasn't able to run. Next thing you know, I can hear him coming up behind me. So it might be a possibility that she dropped her key and he found it. I'm just saying, who knows? Or if he was the dealer for the auntie, what if she ran up a debt and he decided to come take her out or steal from her, and then from there raped Hanna? Because when you think about it, I think he either was the dealer or he was pulling him elite. Because if you want to I hate to say this, guys. I really hate to say this, but in a way, Tyler Perry might have been recreating the night that Hanna got raped when Malik came into the house. Remember, Malik broke in, mask and everything. He didn't rape Hanna, but obviously was verbally threatening her and was tearing the house apart looking for the money. And then, you know, when Hannah's phone went off, I think she tried to call someone like 911. Malik heard it and then was attacking her, which led to her stabbing him, which in a way is almost like, you know, Hanna was like, I was a victim in a very similar situation like this once. This is not going to happen to me again. Bam, stab. And because I remember that Hanna was getting ready for bed, thought Benny had arrived home when it was Malik. And then when she was younger, she had a bit too much to drink and then apparently fell asleep. And then that's when the man, or Derrick, was raping her. So I think that in a way, Tyler Perry actually showed us what happened that night in the present by giving us Malik being the stand-in for the guy that raped her. This is me kind of stretching the theory a bit further, but I think it will be pretty interesting and add more depth to the Derrick character to have a connection with Hanna, aside from raping her and being the father of Candace, but also being the guy that was dealing the auntie the drugs. You never know, guys, because and I'm just throwing this out here now. Maybe the reason that her aunt decided to actually go to the 12-step program and get clean is because she took the secret to her grave. And I'm just going to assume that Hannah's aunt has passed away. Maybe she knew, maybe she was getting high or whatever that night, was running up a debt and was unable to pay. And then the guy, the dealer, was saying, well, you know, I know you have a niece or something. I don't know. Again, I'm just speculating here because these dealers, gangsters, they pretty much know everything there is to know about, you know, a person, their family and everything, if they are someone who is a customer all the time. So maybe they, you know, he knew about, not who Hanna was, but that she had a niece. You know, I'm just kind of putting this together as I'm doing the video. So maybe he threatened, you know, come to the house or whatever, and she just like brushed him off. But then the fact that it actually happened could explain why she did a 12-step program out of guilt. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Who knows? For maybe the auntie dropped her. Well, no. Well, because she said the auntie came home, so the auntie had to open the door and let him in. So I doubt she dropped the key. So I don't know. There's so many things that can be broken down from this. So I think this is a pretty solid theory. Shout out to C. Renee Smith again for that. She runs like, I don't know how many Facebook pages and Twitters, but in any case, I know you're going to see this video and I'm giving you the shout out. I'll let you know on Instagram. If you can do me a favor, if you could share this video on all the different have and have not groups and Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts that you run, this would help out. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts as well. Do you think Derrick, or the guy that raped Hanna, was actually the same man whoever was dealing drugs to the auntie? I think that actually makes a lot of sense. So with that being said, guys, you know the drill. Comment your thoughts, give this video a thumbs up, share this video around, and most importantly, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out whenever I do new content on this channel. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.